begin our coverage with 9 on Your Side reporter Tom McKee. Tom?
Well, Toyota established its North American motor manufacturing headquarters here in Erlanger in 1996 as a way to grow its U.S. market share of the car industry. Now it's consolidating many of those U.S. office functions at Plano, Texas, north of Dallas.
You are wonderful neighbors. Soon it will be very natural for us to call this place home.
Those words from Toyota 18 years ago established the company as a major U.S. automaker and a major tri-state corporate citizen. That's quite a contrast to Monday afternoon when employees left a meeting at the Erlanger headquarters after getting the news about the move. 300 workers are likely to be relocated to the Georgetown manufacturing plant. Other workers in good standing will be offered relocation packages to Texas. Some may choose to go, others may look for other opportunities right here in the tri-state.
Skills are transferable into a lot of finance and insurance industries, for example, that they'll be able to use. The engineering support that they've got, those are in a lot of the advanced manufacturing facilities that we have here in Northern Kentucky.
Estimated the immediate economic impact will be the loss of $2.1 million in earning taxes for Erlanger, Kenton County, and Boone County. The overall impact of the region's economy was set back in 1996 at $173 million, and of course it has grown exponentially since that time. Dan Kaburki of Triad Economic Development says he had no idea this was coming. He found out from Toyota in a meeting just this morning, and he said Toyota told them that they did nothing wrong. It's just that they have to consolidate U.S. operations to be competitive. Of course, this comes as GE is prepared to establish up to 2,000 jobs in Southwest Ohio for a U.S. shared services center. Now, of course, the economic impact is going to be felt by other businesses here in Erlanger and around the region. My colleague Jason Law has that part of the story. Jason?
Yeah, Tom, there's the direct impact, which you just mentioned, and then there's the indirect impact. And the question is how is this going to trickle down and impact those locally owned businesses here in Erlanger that are so close to that Toyota headquarters that depend on all those employees going to and leaving work? We are on the corner here of Mineola Pike, and we have several locally owned businesses, including a Holiday Inn, and then right across the street, a gas station and a Subway and another fast food restaurant. All of these businesses really just starting to comprehend and just take in the fact that they're going to lose certainly a significant chunk of employees who are going to be traveling, again, to work and after work, going home and going to all these businesses and contributing to some of that sales tax revenue. Now, we talked with one woman who says, she understands that it's not just an impact on these locally owned businesses, but it's tough for these families that are involved so closely with Toyota as well.
Families are going to be at losses. People are going to have to probably relocate if they want to keep their jobs. More expenses to live in a bigger state, I would assume.
Now, we're less than a quarter mile from the Toyota headquarters here in Erlanger, where we're on the corner here in front of these businesses. And if there's any question that Toyota employees do come to a lot of these businesses, I asked a young man who was working in the Subway, I said, do you often see a lot of people maybe wearing Toyota uniforms or any kind of identification showing that they work for Toyota? And he says, oh yeah, we see them all the time. There's certainly a significant chunk of our customers here. So again, local businesses just starting to comprehend and understand how this could impact him years from now. Years to come here in Erlanger. We are live tonight. Jason Law, 9 on Your Side.
Thank you, Jason. The governor of Kentucky, Steve Beshear, issued a statement about Toyota leaving. In it, he does not take aim at the car company. Obviously, he says, we are extremely disappointed by Toyota's decision. We would have welcomed the opportunity to discuss options with Toyota. Mr. Beshear went on to point out that Toyota has invested $6 million in Kentucky in the last 30 years. And he points out that after this move, there will still be 8,200 Toyota employees in Kentucky. Why didn't Governor Beshear have harsher words for the company, taking 1,600 jobs from his state? Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe may have the answer. Brendan?
Well, Carol, why do you send a love letter to someone you're leaving? That's essentially what Toyota did today with this 2-page note to Governor Beshear from the CEO of Toyota North America, because the company is still getting a lot of help from Kentucky for its largest American manufacturing plant, of course, in Georgetown. CEO James Lentz mentioned the many new jobs that are heading with Toyota. They're bringing them to Georgetown as the company starts building Lexus models there. It's adding 570 jobs in Georgetown, according to this letter, while taking 1,600 from Erlanger. So what is Toyota getting from the Commonwealth from the net loss of more than 1,000 Kentucky jobs? $147 million in tax incentives from the Kentucky Economic Development Finance Authority. You heard right, $147 million for leaving, essentially. That incentive deal is worth a lot more than the $40 million Texas is giving the company to consolidate their headquarters in a Dallas suburb. This is a different deal in Georgetown, but ironically, many of our local jobs will be flying out of the same Northern Kentucky airport that may have been a catalyst for Toyota's departure. I'll have more on that on 9 on Your Side special at 7:30. Guys.
All right, Brendan, thanks. WCPO business reporter Dan Monk has been digging into this announcement today. He's here with us now. Dan, there have been several figures, calculations bandied about in terms of how many jobs are actually going to Dallas. What's your understanding of how that breaks down?
Well, it's 1,000 jobs leaving Erlanger for Plano, Texas, and then another 300 leaving Erlanger for a new facility that's going to be built at the Georgetown plant for the engineering folks, and then 250 plus going to Michigan.
Okay, all right. Thanks for clearing that up for us. So how did Dallas yank Toyota away from us?
$40 million, I guess, is one answer. They're doing a $300 million project in Texas. Came up with that amount of incentives, but likely it's a factor of using the airport. There are direct flights from Dallas to Japan. There aren't from CVG, and some concerns were expressed apparently by Toyota in Texas that Erlanger was not big enough for the combined operation that they were looking to build. They're trying to save money, consolidate things, and be a little more standalone as an enterprise in North America. And to do that, they felt they had to have everybody in one location.
And of course, we've heard that conversation before about the airport just doesn't work for us. That's partly what Chiquita cited when it left Cincinnati. Given that these were headquarters jobs, you say they're sometimes hard to replace. Why is that?
Well, they're hard to replace for a number of reasons. One, they pay more. So you can replace 1,600 jobs, but to get them at this pay level, 70, 80, 100,000 plus, that's a little difficult to do. Secondly, these are very talented people, high-skill employees who are going to have some offers awaiting them here in Cincinnati if they decide to stay, because Toyota is a manufacturer that's copied around the globe, and there are people that want that expertise. So, to replace that kind of talent, to replace those kind of jobs in terms of how much they pay, it's bound to have a ripple effect on the local economy.
No doubt about it. Dan, thanks for your reporting and thanks for sharing your perspectives with us. WCPO.com reporter Taylor Mirfandureski was there minutes after Toyota workers found out about the news. You can see her video right now on our website. Plus, you can read a breakdown on Toyota's impact on Northern Kentucky.